in the next couple of seasons.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, game time decisions. We are live with you right here on a Monday night. Kevin Walsh alongside Gabe Morency on SportsGrid. And Gabe, a couple of baseball games certainly for us to get into. NBA playoff picture is set as well, but a couple of guys who follow the WNBA, follow women's basketball, bet women's basketball, and we talked about it a little on Friday. And I already know the best bet I will make in the WNBA draft was not betting Awa Pham to go first overall. AZ Fudd, quite the favorite to be that selection at number one.
Yeah, you know what? It's been quite the turning of events, hasn't it been, with the WNBA mock drafts and the projections and the odds as well. So let me ask you, why was it last week that, no, Fudd's fallen to third or fourth, and now suddenly she's a slam dunk to be first overall? Like, what's changed in the last couple of days? And I'm not saying that something hasn't. I go back to this, Kevin, and I maintain this. To me, and I'm a big Paige Beckers fan, and I think Fudd's a great player, but I have a serious problem in a sport in which, 5 players are on the floor, and my two best players are a couple. Really, you're basically going to go as they go, right? Mm-hmm. To me, I really do have sort of a, wow, this is an interesting dynamic. What if they get in a big fight, over you know what I mean? Somebody didn't do the laundry or take the garbage out on time, turns into a big fight, and then they got to drive to the arena together, play a game together, go home together after. It seems like a little bit much. Even from a personal standpoint, I think Fudd would be better off, on her own team, creating her own identity. But it is what it is. Kevin, I don't know if you know. I don't know. I mean, who knows what the hell these teams are going to do? The numbers are all over the place. I'm rolling the dice right now at this point. All right, fine. Fudd goes first overall. Let's say Pham falls to 3, bro. I don't think she's going to fall much further than that. But I do believe that Olivia Miles could be the second pick taken in this draft, Kevin, and I'm getting plus 600 for that right now. So I'm trying to find value on the board, and that's what catches my eye.
Yeah, I've been trying to find value similar to you. So let me just turn the clock back just a little bit here in terms of what could have led to some of the odds movement. And due to the CBA getting pushed back, WNBA free agency has been taking place over the last few days. So it has been... Hey, imagine if the NFL draft was March 17th instead of, a month and a half apart from when the free agency starts.
No, it's a good example. The Tempo just signed Brittany Skies as well. So they've already got Marbury, and now they bring in Brittany Skies, and I see some people talking about Flo J. Johnson to the Tempo, and I'm like, I don't know, dude. They got 3 guards already on their team, right? I think the Tempo were just praying that Lauren Betts falls to the 6th spot. I got some numbers for you here, Kevin. Number 2 pick in the WNBA draft. Lauren Betts plus 100. Awa Pham plus 160. Olivia Miles plus 600. AZ Fudd plus 600. Flo J. Johnson 55 to 1. Wow. So that's a massive number. Let's say Fudd goes number 1. Who goes 2?
So I bet Awa Pham, but I bet her late last night. Basically, so here's the thing. Again, Gabe and I have been following. So all of the WNBA mock drafts were telling us Pham was going 1. And then the odds were
she was plus 100 on Friday.
Correct. Okay. We saw minus 105. So to me, all the mock drafts that had her going first were saying she's the best player, but Fudd's going first. And it's a complicated thing. I know they signed Alana Smith, co-defensive player of the year last year, to come in and be their starting center. I understand that, okay? Again, I pay attention to the league, okay? Fudd, it's going first. Well, all the mock drafts that had Pham going first didn't have her available at 2. So I got a plus 280. It's a nice number now, but I'm not re-betting her. I'm certainly not betting Lauren Betts at this new number. I don't mind your Olivia Miles play. at the new number. There was a mock draft put out by Sabrina Merchant, who covers the W for The Athletic, at around 10 this morning, that still mocked Olivia Miles to go first overall. And I don't bring this up. Last year, Merchant had a quality mock draft that was on things sportsbooks didn't even have odds for. I'm telling you, I follow this stuff. Gabe does. We bet this stuff. She's got Olivia going first. I got JY calling me, Gabe, being like, I got 22-1. I got a couple dollars on Miles to go one. I'm like, I don't know, Coach.
Why not?
Maybe.
Nobody knows. I think that's the bottom line, and it's a good reference to know for next year as far as to keep your eye on this for the mock drafts, Kevin. But, I mean, this has been a very volatile market. It's all over the place. And as you, like, put it this way, have you seen, I haven't seen, has anyone said, yeah, Lauren Betts is going to be the second pick in this draft?
Only
No.
the odds. Only the odds.
Right? But
You
right
can't
now,
find one
suddenly
mock
she's
draft.
the favorite. No, exactly. Yeah. Everybody says the same thing about Betts. Yeah, she'll 4 to 6, right, type thing, right, for her?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? In that range. Now, I get it. They just won the championship, right? And you got Kiki Rice right there on the board as well. That's going to be a top 10 pick, top 7 pick, etc. But I think we're all throwing darts here, Kevin. I'm not going to pretend. I don't know. I'm not talking to any WNBA inside executives. Masai Ujiri and the Tempo didn't call me.
I'll say this. I don't think Betts is an option at 3. Based on that Seattle roster of Malonga, Megabor, I don't think they're going to look Lauren's way.
Well, that's why I think Miles is a good fit for Minnesota. They're an aging team. They got hit by free agency. They can sort of and they're really good. And they identify talent. They're going to see this girl as like an instant 20 points, Kevin. It's going to be a hard player to pass up. Like, to me, Miles, and like, you know, we've seen, I mean, Minnesota were already good as it is, and now they have this pick. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to pass up. Now, like you said, Pham is just, you know, not development. I mean, she plays pro basketball already, right? She plays for Valencia guys in the pro league, so she's playing against women. She scored 9 points a game. She is young. She's 19? So, like, you know, she's a development still project, right? She hasn't played in America and all this, but if you're a team that's not in a panic, like not in the full rush, Kevin, like, she's the baller. Like, you know what I mean? I think it's like she could be a real monster. I don't know. You follow women's basketball. This is one of the better drafts. I mean, you can get a good player, Kevin, in the first round here. Like, even mid-first round, late first round. Like, there's a lot of good women's college basketball players. But the top thing, like, there's some really good players on the board.
No, there are. So, I just want to say.
Pick, I'll throw this to you, too. I got numbers for the third pick. Olivia Miles, the favorite to be the third pick, at minus 125. So it's such a big drop-off from her. It's plus 600. And like you just said, one of the most respected mock draft in the business still has Miles going first.
Miles,
I'm getting her plus 600 to go second.
Yeah. The only reason she's that price to go third, Gabe, is because we know she's the pick if she's there. I think it's the only one where if you say this player's on the board, she's going.
The third, you're almost better off here. Let everyone else make the decision, Kevin. You're right. In a sense. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
You want the higher pick, but it's like, all right, you figure it out. You're gonna, because put it this way, whatever happens with the 1-2, you're in a good spot with the third pick.
Yeah.
Right? Because you'd be like, oh my God, Pham just fell into our lap here. Right? We didn't think, wow, she could have went first. We're getting her third.
Yeah.
And or, as you stated, if Olivia Miles is their third, teams are going to, eyeballs are going to, oh God, we can get Olivia Miles right now. So it is.
And by the way,
Gabe,
minus 125 is a good number. Other books, minus 170, minus 180. I'm just saying, if you wanted to hold Miles at 6-1, I could too, Gabe, but if Pham goes, I'm just saying, you're holding Miles at 6-1 to go second. I think it would be surprising if she went first, all things considered at this point.
Yes.
If you have a little bit of Miles to go 3, a little bit of Miles to go 2, she's not falling past 3, Olivia Miles, in my opinion. I do not see that as a realistic option here during tonight's WNBA draft.
As we speak, it just went from 125 to be the third pick to 175.
Huge move. We'll follow it all tonight on SportsGrid. All right, so I want to just throw it out here. We're live on Game Time Decisions. We're following the WNBA draft, and I want to be clear. I understand why people who love the WNBA are very protective over this sport, because there's a lot of people who swoop in, they take digs at the players, digs at the league. That's not me, okay? That's not Gabe. That's not what we're doing here, okay? AZ Fudd is certainly one of the 5 best players in this class, but I want people to understand going first in the WNBA draft and going second is a Grand Canyon gap. Players who go first are 3-time All-Americans. Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Sabrina Ionescu, okay? Ryan Howard, Aja Wilson, 3-time All-Americans. So when AZ Fudd, a 1-time All-American, you might be like, she's an All-American. Yeah, 1 time is not good. Her teammate, Sarah Strong, just won the National Player of the Year as a sophomore. That's a number 1 overall pick. So to me, I just look at what we're seeing here right now, and it does feel like Dallas. They've shown the graphic, Gabe. I'm sure you've seen it. Teams that have the first pick in consecutive years. It all just turns into championships. It's, Jewel Lloyd and Breanna Stewart. It's Jackie Young and Aja Wilson.
You have a chance to do something special when you have back-to-back top picks. As you stated, you have a chance to pair generational superstars together.
Yes.
Is AZ Fudd a generational superstar is your question, right?
There's only one player I've seen discussed as a generational superstar, and that's Awa Pham. And to be clear, my bets are involving Pham not going first. So I'm not here complaining about betting or anything. I think
people are sleeping on Lauren
played
Betts.
Out.
I think she should be higher, personally. Now, that's just my opinion. It seems to me in the WNBA, there's a trend that's going to come where they're getting bigger and bigger.
Yes.
I would rather, Lauren Betts, we just saw this, Kevin. There's a bunch of great guards. None of them, okay, good for you. You got a bunch of good guards. Stop Lauren Betts. You know what? I'll take a good guard and Lauren Betts. How's that sound? You know what I mean? We proved, she's shown she can't be stopped. And she's not just she's big. No, she's athletic. She's slick. She's only going to get better, Lauren Betts. To me, and I don't know, I guess, according to everybody, it's a reach for her to be the first pick. And I'm not saying she is going to be the first pick, but I'm saying from a basketball standpoint, I'd be like, wow, I can pair Paige Beckers and Lauren Betts together. I like this. I got a backcourt. I got a front court here. I like this. Or I can bring Paige's girlfriend in, who's another guard. And as we talked about, we already have a guard. So what's she going to play? And then she's going to be undersized.
She's going to have to play the 3. The last, Elena Delle Donne is not a guard. Okay, I think we can all agree on that. She was 6'5". The last guard to an MVP in the WNBA, Diana Taurasi, 2009. 2009.
Exactly.
2009. Again, it's just, this is a very interesting thing to follow.
Look at New York and look at Las Vegas, the teams that have won the recent championships.
The last MVPs, Aja and Stewie.
Size. They're big, Kevin. You know what I mean? Big. All these guards and all this, fine. Okay, but I'm just stating. But let me, and for the record, too, we'll get to everything else, but this is funny, Kevin, because I saw the win totals. And I'm sort of salivating about the Toronto tempo. I like what they've done. I like the free agent signings. They're showing their team. They want to win some games. Brondello's obviously a legendary coach, so she's not there to lose. Masai Ujiri's involved in the team now. So there's a lot of positives about this team, and their win total opened up at 13.5. And I'm like, oh, they're going over 13.5. So I was like, well, I'll get to that next, a little bit later. Season starts in 2 weeks. Well, I moved to 15.5. Moved to 15.5. So people are betting this. We're not alone in the world, Kevin. There are people that hit this stuff. Yeah. When they see these markets pop up. But I'll just throw these odds at you and see if anything catches your eye. So we talked about second pick of the draft, Lauren Betts plus 100, Awa Pham plus 160, Olivia Miles plus 375 now. Olivia Miles now minus 175 to be the top, but the third pick in the draft. Awa Pham is plus 250 to be third. Lauren Betts is plus 450. 4th pick in the draft, Awa Pham plus 100, Lauren Betts plus 170, Olivia Miles plus 750. And then the 5th pick in the draft, Flo J. Johnson out of LSU, who very charismatic girl. Like, she's already got TV commercials and stuff. So she will be like a popular player. I think she's perfect for the Washington market, personally. Like, I just think she's tailor-made for it and stuff. There's a lot of Flo J. Johnson to Toronto talk, but I don't know if she falls to 6, Kevin. She's plus 120 to be the 5th pick right now. Kiki Rice, who we haven't talked about, plus 120 out of UCLA, plus 120. And then as you talk about the Agmola girl has really gotten a lot of hype over the last couple hours.
Yeah, she has. I've seen ESPN's mock draft place her to, I think it was Toronto at 5, or Chicago at 5.
6,
I guess it would be. Yeah, Toronto's
Toronto
at
6.
6. Flo J.
Portland 7.
So here's something that I feel like occasionally gets swept under the WNBA history rug. Angel Reese, who was a dominant college player, went 7th in that draft. She wasn't even the first pick by the Sky when they took her. I don't know if people don't like Kim Mulkey. I don't know if they don't like Kim Mulkey's system, but I don't understand how Flo J. Johnson isn't a part of this conversation somewhat. Flo J. Johnson in her junior season was averaging just under 19 a game, 6 rebounds, almost 2 steals and a block.
It's hard for a male comparison, but she's basically Anthony Edwards. Like, you're getting a mini superstar here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's going to score. She's going to score, Kevin, in the WNBA. She's got the confidence. She's got the physical ability. As you stated, I think people are sleeping on her a little bit here.
Yeah, I would agree. Kiki Rice is supposed to be a pretty high draft choice as well, maybe rounding out this top 6. We'll see how it ultimately
past the
lands.
top 7, Kiki. But they don't have a problem for that. I wish we did have the over-unders. We have the exact picks only, you know?
Lauren Betts on one book, minus 170 now to go 2nd overall. I guess somebody knows something. We'll talk to Craig Mish.
Our fam suddenly sucks. What does she have? Visa problems? What's going on? Hey, what's going on with this?
Staying overseas. Game time decisions here on SportsGrid. Kevin Walsh, of course. Craig Mish with us, host of Newswire Pro Baseball today, covering all things Major League Baseball for us. And Craig, again, at some point it'll feel different, but it's the April slumps that keep jumping off the page. But I'm going to deliver this to you, I think, in probably a way that not many people do, because it's Yankees, Mets, Yankees, Mets, Yankees, Mets. But Soto's injured, so I'm almost kind of, not that I'm tossing it aside, but what I think is fascinating are the Yankees and the Brewers, who last year, obviously, playoff teams, made runs, and got off to starts where it's like, oh, wow, could they not put a division away, but give themselves just an awesome lead early? Both losers of 5 in a row, both find themselves no longer, alone in first place. In Milwaukee's case, actually not even technically in first place here. Of those two 5-game losing streaks, which one stands out to you more?
Neither. I don't concern myself with that. I think, Kevin, you saw like 4 or 5 sweeps in Major League Baseball this weekend. That's sort of rare, but I will bring this up. It was interesting that when I was on with you and Gabe on Friday, remember we were hitting the panic button on Seattle, and then Seattle took care of Houston 3 games. And look, that's going to happen. The Yankees and the Mets are going to lose 4 or 5 games in a row. It just happens to be happening now. I actually would take the other side of our Friday night conversation and bring it up now. I think Houston is in trouble. I think that is the one team to hit the panic button with, because they went into the season a little bit older offensively and certainly had some questions with their pitching staff. Now they've lost their ace. Now they've lost their number 2 starter, and they've just keep losing and losing. So Mets will be okay for me. Yankees will be okay for me. I wonder if this is finally, Kevin, the season where the Astros, after an incredible decade of just winning and winning World Series and getting to the playoffs, is this a sub 500 team in baseball this season? I think so.
Yeah, it's a team who last year did collapse a little bit and find themselves out of the postseason. The expectations were not as high this year, but they got a nice little start, and then it was this trip to Coors where you thought, okay, Houston can again just put themselves in a nice position. That's not been the case here. I guess the other side of the coin are some of the win streaks now, Craig. And for this A's team, who, again, looked, I thought they just looked bad. They were you and I talked about they looked embarrassing in the Toronto series with the strikeouts. Look, it's a lot of one-run victories, but 5 in a row at New York, the A's are starting to put it together nicely here, it feels like.
Well, I mean, they did this winning mostly without Nick Kurtz, who finally hit a home run yesterday. But, when these kind of conversations come up, and I'm very fortunate to be around the game and cover players in the game and cover somebody like Don Mattingly. And Donnie and I got to know each other very well through the years, of course, when he was the manager of the Marlins. And I'll never forget what he told me I don't remember what the conversation was about or when it was, Kevin, but he said that you can really embarrass yourself in this industry, in the media, Kevin, if you take April or September very seriously. Don't do it. The beginning and the end, more so the end, used to be a lot more meaningless, Kevin, because they used to expand the roster to like 50 players. It was crazy, and now you can't do it anymore. But he said April will make you look very foolish. You don't know what's going on with players, families traveling with their husbands and wives all across the country in that first month, and then things sort of settle in. So that's why I usually never react. Everyone, Kevin, looks at Memorial Day as the signal. 2 months of the season, let's figure out where you are. But I did give you one team that I am concerned with Houston. As far as the A's are concerned, Kevin, they're not making the postseason. They're still going to lose 85, probably 90 games. But the good news for them is that they got Nick Kurtz going, who had done absolutely nothing this season until yesterday.
Let me ask you about the game you saw Sunday between the Tigers and the Marlins, Skubal versus Sandy. And, Sandy's worst day of the year. It's a limited sample size, but, it balloons an ERA that was under 1 all the way to a bad 2.67. What stood out to you watching those two guys go at it?
Oh man, like Scuba was just much better. Sandy did not have his best stuff, and then Sandy probably, unfortunately had to eat it a little bit because the Marlins still have 3 games coming up where they had to save their bullpen a little bit. But look, on paper and at the end of the game, Tigers were way better than the Marlins in that series. That was my takeaway. Maybe in a different scenario. Remember, Marlins beat Scuba last year, so now Scuba just got even this time around.
All right, they even the score. Craig Mish, excellent as always. We'll be right back on Sports Grid.
Couple of good hands of blackjack, and Iona lands a 6'11" kid out of VCU. I've never been more excited in my entire life.
Big day.
Gabe, I am pumped up. Here's the thing, too, and Gabe knows this. I mean this, right? Like I'm legitimately giddy right now. We don't get kids that are 6'11" at Iona, so this is fantastic. In less important news, the number one point guard and top 10 freshman or top 10 high school senior going to be a freshman just decommitted from North Carolina with Mike Malone. So, and
hey, you know what,
Derek Dixon just took Arizona. Tough scene for Mike Malone.
Something, and for the record, the Michigan Wolverines got McCoy out of Sierra Canyon in Los Angeles. Top point guard in the state of California, 15th ranked overall player in the country. He's committed. He's already there, actually. He was actually there for the he's going. It's not like he's there. Like, he was decked out in the gear. He was there for the championship ceremony and stuff. Pretty cool, actually, at Michigan. Isn't that, Kevin, that they hung the banner with the players there the other day?
Mm-hmm.
Dusty May said he said, yeah, we're going to, they said, yeah, we'll hang the banner, right, the first game next year. And Dusty May said, no. Said a lot, the kids won't be here next year. Like, they won't be the same players. He said, let's hang the banner now while they're here, which was really cool. So they had a little ceremony. Move. Yeah, they had a ceremony inside the arena where they hung the banner up. They had a parade first for everybody. The ceremony was for the VIPs, right? It was $500 minimum to get in.
I didn't know they
Michigan's,
did college parades. I mean, is that just me,
Michigan's
like, not
for the
remembering?
people.
Like, I didn't know. It was...
No, but all kidding aside, you got to do something for the rich elite stuff in there, right? They're the ones that paid for it.
Yeah,
they paid for the team. Like you know what I mean?
They
so
paid Yaxel Lendenborg $25 million to be a Wolverine last year, right? Isn't that the number?
No, it wasn't quite that much. Wasn't quite that much. No, but I saw some SEC clowns because there was a picture of the arena and the ceremony, and they're like, "Oh, Michigan's a joke. They only had like 4,000 people in the arena for their celebration." They were like, "This is a disgrace." Mm-hmm. And it was like, yeah, fact check, by the way, it was for VIPs and elite, like, only. It wasn't open to the public. And, it was minimum $500 donation to get in. Like, it was like one of those type of deals. And they literally had a freaking outdoor parade before. Yeah, they went through the streets of Ann Arbor, and there was a parade on the fire trucks, and all the frat houses were all drunk and everything. Yeah, they did the whole thing. No, they do. They do the parade in Michigan when they win in Ann Arbor. So, yeah, great times. I just got to tell you what, it's college football season coming, Kevin. There's teams practicing. I don't know if you saw my boy Bryce Underwood with the behind-the-back pass into the end zone.
Yeah.
See that?
I know Michigan is supposed to be good because Gabe now at least once a week brings up college football. Like, you know that he's ready to go for some Michigan because they're just on a run.
Bring on the Sooners, baby. Week 2. Yeah. Week 2. We're all sending the Sooners. Let's go.
I want to do what I usually forget to, but maybe we need like a bell or something to play in the background. 640 baseball. 640 baseball.
Oh yeah. What's
maybe
the crew
even
got?
some 635 here. I actually have a couple of 640 picks. Does anybody in the back have anything early? Yep. Yeah, we do, as always. Skeens under 6.5 Ks from Sam up against his Washington Nationals.
He hasn't. So, of course, it's a homer pick, right? Sam's, he can't help himself, right? It's the Sabres, Nationals.
He tried to disguise it.
Yeah, so he slides it in. But I want to give Yarnell's Nationals some credit. They're balling early right now. No one's talking about them. Washington Nationals playing great baseball, but interesting number, guys. I just want to throw it out there. Skeens has not gotten to 7 strikeouts yet this year. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, might get it in 4 innings. I think the Pirates smoked this team. I actually, Gabe, went
I was thinking the Nationals are kind of live.
No,
I passed. So go on, sir.
No. Here's the deal. So Skeens got lit up his first start. Since then, the score of the last 2 starts is 15-4. Call it chalky. That's fine. Even money. I laid the run line with Paul Skeens against Cade Cavalli, and I laid the run line with the Philadelphia Phillies against the Chicago Cubs. Chris Sanchez has been good this year. He has. He's not been perfect, but at home, I expect Sanchez to deal. So we're going to lay the run line again here with the Phils at a little plus 125 spot.
I was looking at them, and I just couldn't get there. I just couldn't get there at the price. And there's another team, I'm curious your take, because funny, a couple of weeks ago, I was hearing this is the best Yankees team since the Jeter days. And,
well, that's someone else's fault, not mine.
Yeah,
they're
the team to beat. They're the team to beat. So 8-2 is now 8-7, right? So it's not the end of the world, but New York is New York. And, the New York Mets and New York Yankees guys have combined to lose 10 consecutive games. I want to take the Yankees tonight, but I can't get there with the price, Kevin. What are you doing with that game?
So I did not know this. I'll give Joe Ranieri a shout out for alerting me to it. The Yankees 7 losses, Gabe, 6 by exactly 1 run. 6 of the 7 losses by exactly 1 run. The Yankees have the 3rd best run differential in baseball. The only teams better, Braves and Dodgers.
Interesting.
Both double-digit win teams.
It's funny you say that because, look, you're right. They have lost 5 games in a row. They've been outscored 19-13 only in those games.
It's crazy.
19-13. Yeah, just for the record. Yeah, 19-13. So it's like, put in context, like when they beat San Francisco 3 straight, it was 13-1. So, yeah, it's a good point. The Yankees, but they're just not hitting. Runners in scoring position, very similar to the Mets woes. Runners in scoring position, Kevin, has been the problem for the Yankees.
But I just want to make a comparison for people when it comes to the Yankees and listen, I have high expectations for the regular season for this team, and I think they can still live up to it. Okay. But notice how we talk about Yankees slumping. We just talk about one guy because there's nobody else in the lineup who we have expectations for. No one else is supposed to make an all-star game.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Trent Grisham is batting 133. He was the Yankees' opening day leadoff man. I mean, I think they're on the verge of cutting this guy.
And doesn't know the double play rules.
No one apparently does. Apparently nobody does on this.
And that's another thing too. Like, that's a bad look for the Yankees. I'm just, you know what I mean? And I get it. It's a bang play. It is what it is. But I'm just saying, like, defense, it matters. Defense matters. And then that whole just like, I don't even know, like, if it would have been a double play. Like, you know, it's just, it's like, wow, that was clearly never, like, discussed in spring training. You know what I mean? Right. All right, by the way, guys, if this happens, bang, bang, like the Dodgers are prepared, Kevin. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Derek Jeter used to be prepared. Like, remember the A's? Yeah, I'm going to stand here in case the ball goes here. Like, the Yankees are like a softball team, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Or like, and then they get caught off guard. Like, I would bunt every play against them, every at bat. I'd make them like play defense. Like, duck, like little like this. And their pitchers would wave a white. Stop doing it. You're a bitch. Stop crying. You can't do that. Stop baseball. I'd make them play defense. But I still wanted to take them tonight, but I can't get there. I know this because I've seen the Angels at Yankee Stadium beat the Yankees. Yeah. It's just one of those things. They always play well there. They just do. Yeah, they're 5-2 actually. I even look. They do. They're 5-2 the last 7. Even when the Angels suck, they play well in New York.
Yeah, I have nothing to do with the Yankees in this game. I avoided them. I think all of that, series in Tampa Bay. Really, I do think Judge has the potential, though. It's ironically enough to really start to stack him here. So for anybody who doesn't remember, but last year Judge got off to this kind of weird start to the season where he was basically Louis Arise. He was hitting 400, but with just like no power. Well, Judge right now is all pop, no sizzle, if you will. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of April, he's comfortably in the home run lead. Like, basically, to me, Gabe, I think Judge is already a lock for 50 home runs with health.
Well, look at Ohtani. Ohtani took a little while to get going. He's up to 5 right now. Hit another 2 over the weekend. There's a player that finally hit his first home run of the season that I think is going to start to crank him up. We'll hit it on the other side.
I agree. We'll get there. I agree.
Not all these kids, but the majority of these kids in the top 10 have had things handed to them since they're in 3rd grade because they're special athletically. And the fact that they get humbled a little bit, I'm here for the humbling. I've been humbled. I like when other people get humbled.
But you were humbled later. Yeah. You weren't humbled at 22 in front of the world. No. You were a grown-ass man.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
I got to tell you, Kansas basketball the last 3 months, if I was the number 1 player in the country, I'd cross them off my list. Bill Self did not do Darren Peterson any favors. And now Badunga's going to stay in college but leave Lawrence? I'm red flags, in my opinion, Gabe, around the Jayhawks.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
Miami today laying 17.5. Miami wins, get a load of this, 152. When you hear 152, I don't care if you're laying 100. You're thinking you're winning that bet, right? They win 152 to 136. They only win by 16. Washington get the backdoor cover.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Invest, find somebody else in the market right now, like JJ Weatherholt or someone else, because this is the worst time, I think, to buy a guy like Griffin.
You can bring up Polymarket right now. Go to the NL Rookie of the Year page. It is a roller coaster of everybody changing from favorite to not favorite to favorite to not favorite. Look at that. It's like a earthquake happening, Craig, and the Richter scale is going nuts.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, we're back right here on SportsGrid. Gabe, I know you're looking for a home run shot here on a Monday. What do we like?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, it's sort of, we were talking about these sluggers, and there's been a few sluggers in Major League Baseball that haven't started to clear the wall yet as much as people would like. Yet you have to put in context. Ohtani was a slow start, and now they're coming in spurts. He hit another 2 over the weekend, and now he's just sort of quietly up to 5 right now. But I'm curious your take on a big game tonight, actually, Kevin. A big early series, in the season, but I'm a big believer in this, bro. Like, I don't panic about, oh, this guy's hitting 220 or this or that, like after 2-3 weeks. But I am a big believer, Kevin, in that though the win that goes in the standings that count at the end of the year, they matter in April every much as they matter in September. Like, you know what I'm saying? Point blank. Every game matters. Like, they all count the same. It's like, it doesn't matter until, like, August. No, it matters now. Because if we don't win now, then it won't matter in August. Right? You can't win a World Series now, but you can lose one now. Point blank. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Yeah, tell the team it doesn't matter when you're 12 games out, like at the end of the month. Then it matters. Your year's over. All right, point blank. Yeah, you're done, eliminated. Right, so it matters early. And when you're a team that hasn't won before, like, you really want to win and start to, like, say, no, we're a good team. And that's the Sacramento Athletics. A team, Kevin, and I disagree with Craig Mish, a team that I feel I love their season win total to the over this year. This is a team that is stacked with talent, and their opposition knows it, right? Other players in the league know, this is a Sacramento team. The A's are a load to deal with. And this went 5-1 on the East Coast, but Nick Kurtz finally hit his first home run, Kevin. So that's where I'm going with this. So he finally hit his first home run. Took him 14 games. Took him 17 last year. How did things work out after? Right? And I was reading his teammates were saying, the floodgates are going to open up now. And he was like, sort of like, yeah, don't say that. Like, but he said, let's, I hope so. Now we're getting back home. And he said, his exact quote was, I'm just worried about winning on Monday, not hitting a home run. I'm telling you guys right now, does it happen tonight? He's hitting a home run like tonight or tomorrow. Point blank. Nick Kurtz back home. He's hitting a home run. He's hitting a home run. And I like the Athletics tonight. I want to get there, Kevin. I like Severino tonight. Severino's a polarizing pitcher. He's better than people realize. He was obviously better on the road. He went 2-9 at home last year. He was the one that vocally hated the stadium and called it like Bush League, and he really didn't like it. He hasn't pitched at home yet this year. Now, in his first start, he only struck out 3 against the Blue Jays in the season opener, coming right off the WBC. Last 2 starts, Kevin, 7 strikeouts exact in both. So he's got 14 strikeouts in his last 2 starts. Last time he faced this team last year, he struck them out 11 times. The Texas Rangers. And Texas are free swingers. These guys strike out a lot. Severino's strikeout prop tonight, Kevin, is 4.5. Yes, it's minus 160 to the over, but I like Severino tonight. And Eovaldi has struggled. He was better in his last start. I'm not scared of him. I'm going to take the Athletics as well tonight, Kevin. But I like the Severino over 4.5 strikeout prop.
So it's not who I thought you said we're going to hit a home run, so I'll bring up the guy in a minute here. He was good to you in the WBC, I know, one night. I am simply, Gabe, looking at Sacramento and thinking back to last year and feeling like the A's only playing 3 home games is giving us maybe a run of value. I think Severino can be good. I think Nathan Eovaldi can be good. There have been 3 games in Sacramento. Those games have so far tallied 11 runs, 15 runs, and 22 runs. One team has scored at least 11 in all 3 games. This total game, if the game was in cores, would this be 8.5 or would it be 9.5? You want to tell me it's not as bad, but I have to take a chance on and over at 8.5 in Sacramento. I have to.
It's because of the pitchers, Eovaldi, and as you stated, like, in Coors doesn't even hit like Coors quite does a little bit with, with the balls and stuff like that, with the humidifiers and all that stuff. But the Sacramento does not discussed enough, Kevin, because people don't talk about the A's. They've only been there 1 year and stuff, but it's a great point. I mean, their Pacific Coast League games, guys, were like 22-19. They're like football scores out there. You're in the desert, man. Like, literally, you're in the freaking desert. The ball, like, just launches, guys. It's a launching pad. But it's weird. Like, some teams, you got to adjust to it, right? And like I said, Severino was great on the road last year, and it was like a pitcher at Coors. Like, he got lit up at home. Like, he really had a problem in the stadium. I'm believing that year 2 right now, the team is good. He's got to figure it out. But that doesn't mean I don't think there's going to be runs in this game, Kevin. It's funny, and I don't want to contradict myself, but it's like a football game. Well, I'll have players like props. Like, just because I bet on one team doesn't mean I don't think a wide receiver on the other team is going to still not catch balls, right? You know what I'm saying? And one of the hottest players in baseball so far to start the year is Captain Nimmo. Kevin, hitting 367 on the season. He's got hits in 4 straight baseball games right now, 3 home runs on the season. And, he's 5 for 10 in his career against Severino, batting .500 with a home run as well. Dropped into this launching pad tonight. I don't disagree with your take. This is a fun game. I look forward to this game tonight. Athletics, the over, strikeouts, bunch of runs. Like, I think this is a proper palooza.
Yeah, I'm going to be keeping eyes on it. I was interested in, like, alts, but it's kind of tricky how you play it. The guy I thought you were going to mention, Gabe, and I'll bring him up before the break, and we'll kind of reset the WNBA odds before those close, was Ronald Acuna Jr. And it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Gabe, everything you were saying, I found applicable to this series. The importance of April, the wins still count. Let's not panic about a star. Because if you look, everybody in Atlanta was doing their part. I remember I turned on a Braves game and the broadcast was like, if Ronnie was hitting, we might not have a loss. And at first I was like, what in the... When you look at it, you're like, yeah, I kind of get it. Well, Acuna picked up a home run against Cleveland. I wouldn't be surprised if they make a statement against Miami. Quick break, right back. It's Game Time Decisions on SportsGrid.
Not all these kids, but the majority of these kids in the top 10 have had things handed to them since they're in 3rd grade because they're special athletically. And the fact that they get humbled a little bit, I'm here for the humbling. I've been humbled. I like when other people get humbled.
But you were humbled later.
Yeah.
You weren't humbled at 22 in front of the world.
No.
You were a grown-ass man.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
I got to tell you, Kansas basketball the last 3 months, if I was the number 1 player in the country, I'd cross them off my list. Bill Self did not do Darren Peterson any favors. And now Badunga's going to stay in college but leave Lawrence? I'm red flags, in my opinion, Gabe, around the Jayhawks.
Game Time Decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
Miami today laying 17.5. Miami wins, get a load of this, 152. When you hear 152, I don't care if you're laying 100. You're thinking you're winning that bet, right? They win 152 to 136. They only win by 16. Washington get the backdoor cover.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Invest, find somebody else in the market right now, like JJ Weatherholt or someone else, because this is the worst time, I think, to buy a guy like Griffin.
You can bring up Polymarket right now. Go to the NL Rookie of the Year page. It is a roller coaster of everybody changing from favorite to not favorite to favorite to not favorite. Look at that. It's like a earthquake happening, Craig, and the Richter scale is going nuts.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Don't be silly, folks. Get in the mix here on a Monday night. Kevin Walsh, Gabriel Morency, SportsGrid. Let's update your WNBA draft odds quickly. We've got minus 1,500 AZ Fudd. Everything says she's going to be the first overall pick here.
They
Dallas,
must know
we've
something.
got... Yeah, I'm not getting in front of that kind of movement with the draft. I'm just not doing it, Gabe.
That's wild.
Not smart. Minus 180,
My Olivia
Lauren
Miles.
Betts.
My Olivia Miles pick at plus 600. For the record, she's plus 450 now to be the second pick. So a little bit of movement there with Miles, down from 600.
The minus 180 number, though, is where Lauren's favored. Olivia Miles, minus 180 to go third. And then it's only plus 115 for Awa Pham to go fourth. I think the one thing we would all agree on, those are going to be the first four picks. We still are seemingly trying to figure out the order. Right now, if I had to guess, maybe it's just where my bets are. I think it's Fudd, Pham, Miles, and then Lauren Betts. The thing is, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of way to make money on this draft now. Really, in my opinion, at least. Like, I don't think you can bet Lauren Betts right now at minus 180 to go second. You're chasing money that's long gone with, I don't think, enough information to confirm where this is moving. You're just following a market. We've seen upsets in the WNBA draft before.
No, if I was betting Lauren Betts right now, I'd bet Lauren Betts to go fourth.
Yeah.
Except there's not a ton of, it's plus 170 right now. The only way we can approach this is if you want to buck sort of the trend here and sort of fade the market, right? And just say, I'm not believing this. They obviously know something with Fudd. I mean, between the networks and the graphics and blah, 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 and whatever. So it's pretty clear that somebody knows something that, it's Fudd that just went to minus 1,600, that they're aware. It's locked in. No one knows what's going to happen with the 2 pick still. Like, that's still wide up, open in the air. I think it's either going to be Pham or Miles. I don't think it'll be Betts. So, you know what? I'm going to roll a little bit here, Kevin, on Betts with the 4th pick. I think Betts will go ahead of Flo J. Johnson. So I'll sprinkle a little bit Lauren Betts, 4th overall pick at plus 170. This is for Mr. Walsh. I don't want to hit the Philadelphia Flyers like a broken record here on this show. Mm-hmm. But all this team is doing is keep on winning. They've won 4 of their last 5. They went into Winnipeg the other night, guys, faced a Winnipeg Jet team that was fighting for their playoff lives. Philadelphia beat them 7-1. NHL teams don't do load management, but the Carolina Hurricanes are doing load management, right? Their seed is locked up. Like they can't go up, they can't go down. It is what it is. They got 2 games left. They rested like half the team in their last game, and they still won, though. Right? They're so good. They're 6-1 in their last 7. But the Flyers are still fighting for stuff here. Like, the Capitals are on their ass right now. So Flyers need to win still, as good as the run has been. And Carolina don't need this. That's why Philadelphia are the favorites that they are. So we're going to go with the Philadelphia. We're going to take the Flyers once again. They've been good to us. We talked about Nimmo and the streak that he's been on so far, guys. 4 straight games with a hit. He's hitting 367 on the season. He's 5 for 10. He's hitting 500 in his career against Severino. We're playing in the desert in Sacramento. The ball is a launching pad. Let's go over 1.5 total bases at minus 110. Let's go Severino over 4.5 strikeouts at minus 160. Anytime we get the Dodgers in this price range, we're taking them. And I like Wroblewski. Wroblewski's a good pitcher. That's we'll tell Wroblewski's story another time, Kevin, but I didn't realize what this kid's been through. All right? He was a big star out of high school, and he was going to Clemson, and he got hit by a car. So he got hit by a car. So he was like injured. He literally got run over. He gets hit by a car. he has to transfer. He loses a bunch of weight. He transfers to a JUCO college. He breaks his jaw at the JUCO college. All right?
Wow.
His velocity hits 80 miles an hour only. No one wants to touch him. The Dodgers say, you know what? We're going to draft this kid. He's good. He's good. And here we are right now. So it's an interesting story with Wrobleski. He's got control issues, but I liked him tonight at minus 165. And give me Olivia Miles to be the second pick of the draft at plus 600 that just fell to plus 450.
Yeah, we're going to continue to follow that WNBA draft. You guys know it. I mentioned the run lines on a couple of big favorites here in Philly and Pittsburgh over in that Rangers game. I took a chance on the under in Mets-Dodgers tonight at 8.5 there. A couple of lefties on the mound. I'm going to take a shot with that total. And then from the team in the back, Skeen's already off and running. Don't check that box score. Rangers money line for AJ. Little head-to-head with Gabe. Zach Neto makes the card for Chris tonight. 2+ hit run RBI. See everybody tomorrow right back here on SportsGrid.
Not all these kids, but the majority of these kids in the top 10 have had things handed to them since they're in third grade because they're special athletically. And the fact that they get humbled a little bit, I'm here for the humbling. I've been humbled. I like when other people get humbled.
But you were humbled later.
Yeah.
You weren't humbled at 22 in front of the world.
No.
You were a grown-ass man.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
I got to tell you, Kansas basketball the last 3 months, if I was the number one player in the country, I'd cross them off my list. Bill Self did not do Darren Peterson any favors. And now Badunga's going to stay in college but leave Lawrence? I'm red flags, in my opinion, Gabe, around the Jayhawks.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
Miami today laying 17.5. Miami wins, get a load of this, 152. When you hear 152, I don't care if you're laying 100. You're thinking you're winning that bet, right? They win 152 to 136. They only win by 16. Washington get the backdoor cover.
In-game live. Only on SportsGrid.
Invest, find somebody else in the market right now, like JJ Weatherholt or someone else, because this is the worst time, I think, to buy a guy like Griffin.
You can bring up Polymarket right now. Go to the NL Rookie of the Year page. It is a roller coaster of everybody changing from favorite to not favorite to favorite to not favorite. Look at that. It's like a earth